Sound on. Give me testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Oh, but the mic's on. We're on.
So everybody's listening to me go testing.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Let me turn off this music.
That's hilarious. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Tami, your host, who's just a little frazzled with her companion who's a little frazzled. But we welcome you. We are glad you are here with us and that you can be a part of our frazzlement.
I'm not only frazzled, my head is cut off.
Oh, dear.
I didn't adjust that camera, but I can't sit here and then go over there and adjust it at the same time.
No, you cannot.
So those of you that watch us regularly may have noticed that, are we on YouTube yet? Is it there?
It says that I can go vertically. Vertical live streaming is here. Try now or not now?
No. Go to Manny's videos.
I'm going to go to no.
Go to live.
I did. This is live. Here's latest.
Okay.
But there's 34 people watching, but are we there? There we are.
Okay, so we are on. And then find your little red dot and catch us up. That's way behind. Tap on the photo.
Okay.
And then move that red dot all the way to the right. Okay, so
hopefully, I think I'm there.
Yesterday, Rachel Detroit talked us into trying out StreamYard. Actually, she didn't give us choice because that's what she uses. We were on her channel.
We were.
And so I got a little bit exposed to it. And so we are attempting to stream to YouTube and then include Facebook and Instagram accounts as well. And it says that we're streaming to Facebook and Instagram, and I'm going to go check that out because I don't see where we have to do something for Instagram to work. So I'm going to let Tami talk, and I'm going to go work on, well, there's people here.
There's lots. Look, they've been chatting it up. They've been having a good time.
Okay. Is Linda behaving? I see Linda's in the mix there.
Well,
yeah, she says that she
everybody's here. People were saying, "Are we still waiting? Do they have tech issues?"
You can
no,
no, not a tech issue. It's a new experiment.
There you go.
So, and yeah.
Linda says, "Relax. We love you."
Okay.
So she's being nice to us.
All right.
We need the love. Stephanie says, "Tami, love the hairstyle. Thank you so much. I got it cut."
They put more layers in this month.
Yes, we did more layers.
So anyway, getting ready for a sassy spring.
There you go. Liz says, "Tami, you may be frazzled, but your hair looks beautiful. Thank you so much."
I'm going to go work on trying to find where Instagram is.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Dominique is watching from Canada. We love our Canadian friends. So thank you so much. I'm hot. Is it hot in here?
Yes.
Can you open up a window, babe?
Because you've been cooking all morning.
I've just been like cooking crazy. So it's bundle week. Are you guys sick of hearing about bundle week yet? It's a lot. I know it's a lot because everybody in our plant-based community is talking about it. But the fun thing is that we're all sharing recipes and new things. And, that's exciting and fun. So today I decided that I wanted to make some of the Indian food. So Broccoli Mom, Amy, has a book, an ebook in the bundle. And I actually had bought it straight from her. So the two classes that I bought, the two ebooks that I bought before the bundle ended up costing me more than the bundle. If I had waited, could have gotten everything. Anyway, that's how it goes. So she has a book called the Great North-Indian Vegan Cookbook, and it is comprehensive. It's absolutely amazing. I don't have a tremendous amount of experience at making Indian food. I've dabbled in it just a little bit, making dals and chana masala and, just a few things. I did take a class at a local vegan restaurant and I learned how to make khichdi and a red lentil dal or soup or something like that. And so I've just kind of dabbled and made a few recipes here and there with it, but I would like to do more because I really like the pungent spices that they use and the Indian, just those flavors. Unfortunately, our family who eats with us and, that I share a lot of food with, they don't care for Indian food. So it's a little too spicy for the kids because, they haven't grown up eating it and so forth. So, it's not something that I can experiment with a lot. But I can certainly make it for Tom and I. But I just like to batch prep, and make stuff and then be able to share it with my family. So anyway, I decided today, hey, I'm going to try a few things. I went through the ebook and I started writing down all the recipes that I wanted to try. And I stopped when I got about 15 or 20 of them here. I thought, well, this is ridiculous. I just want to try everything that's in that book. So I picked out a couple things and then I took off to go to the store. So I looked to see what I had in stock as far as the seasonings and so forth. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to run to the Indian store and pick up the few things I need. And if anybody's watching who is not familiar with us, we are whole food plant-based. I'm Tami, that's Tom, and we're whole food plant-based. And what we're talking about is for 10 days, it started on March 1st, it ends on March 10th. We are participating in a bundle of e-content, courses, recipe, ebooks, physical exercise, weightlifting, yoga. There's some doctors that have courses in it. There's a lot of educational content, exercise and health, and it's all vegan, it's oil-free, and it's all about a healthy lifestyle. So it's 152, I think they're saying now, items of content at a value of $8,000. I mean, that's pretty amazing. If you went and bought all the different individual pieces, it would cost you $8,000. But the bundle is sold for only $49. Then we have a link in the notes underneath the video. Click on more and you can see our link. Everyone who is participating has their own affiliate link, and we only earn off of sales that are made with our link. So we hope that if you haven't purchased it from anyone already, that you will purchase it from us. And that's why we're doing these videos, to show you what's in it and give you even more added value. I feel like Tom wants to say something. He's over here raising his hand. Yes, Tom. What would you like to say?
Hey, I'm not 3 years old. Are you being condescending?
No, I'm being fun.
Okay, welcome Instagram folks. Hopefully you've got sound. I do see you have picture over here. I figured out what button to push. We've been on for just a few minutes with Facebook and YouTube, and for the first time we're inviting all three platforms onto the same stream.
How exciting.
As technologies evolved, I did learn today that Facebook and YouTube folks, their comments will appear in our StreamYard chat feed. Tammy's only seeing the YouTube ones over here on her iPad, but I can see them both over on my computer, and I can actually drop them on screen for her to see if somebody has a question. Instagram folks, glad you're here. Yes. The technology does not allow you to make a comment and have it show up in our comments feed. If you wish to participate in the conversation, please feel free to join us over on YouTube.
Yay! Yeah, pop over on YouTube and join us so that if you have questions, also I do want to say, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We don't have any moderators with us today, but if you would just preface your question with 2 or 3 question marks.
Which way do they go?
Like this, and end with 2 or 3 question marks. That will help them pop out at Tom. I also have my iPad here, which I'm trying to.
I'm dying to put one on your screen.
Keep track. Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
We have some new technology where we can put your question up on the screen, which that would be really cool too. And so,
and lots of sites have been doing it for a long time. It's just new to us.
So let's tell them what we put in the bundle ourselves. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to talk about it?
No, I'm going to go over and check over here. She's better at talking than I am.
That's not true. That's not true. Okay, so our content in the bundle is a brand new ebook, Cooking for Company, Easy Plant-Based Entertaining. This is an ebook that is 117 pages and lots of color photos and 10 full menus. So we were getting lots of questions for the last few years from people about, well, if I make your lasagna, what would I serve with it? If I made your lentil loaf, what would I serve with it? So we've solved that problem. And so it's all in here, 10 complete menus, a salad, a main entree, side dishes if they need to be, and of course, dessert, because we all love dessert. And so this is just to take out the anguish and the worry about what to feed people. So you can feel assured that you can make these menus and serve these meals to even your family and friends who don't eat plant-based. So these are my tried and true family favorite, often requested meals when we're having people over. And I know that I have made it a hit when my non-plant-based eating family and friends ask me for the recipes. So good food is good food. Ours just happens to be whole food, plant-based, oil-free, but absolutely delicious. If you hang around at the end, I'm going to give you some hints and tips about entertaining whole food, plant-based, especially when you're entertaining people who don't eat like we do. So a couple cool things that we have done in this ebook. You may have seen that Drina Burton actually made a video about our ebook and posted it online, and I did share it on my Facebook page. So for the recipe contents, when you download this onto your computer, your iPad, your phone, all of these recipe links are hyperlinks. That means you just tap on it or put your cursor on it, and then it takes you right to the recipe. And then at the bottom of the recipe page, let me go to a recipe page. So like on the menus, it takes you back to the menu page. You see down here where you have that return arrow. If you're in the recipe section and you clicked on something to get to the recipe from the table of contents, that little back arrow down there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but down here, you click on that, it takes you back to the table of contents. And then also, if there is a video where I'm showing where I'm showing how to make the recipe, there will be a link up here. And if you decide to print a page and you have a printed copy, you'll see a QR code down here. Do you see that? Here, I've got to figure out how to put my finger. Here's the QR code. You take your smartphone, put it on the camera setting, and you just hover over that QR code, and then you'll see in yellow on an Apple phone, on an iPhone, it highlights in yellow, and that is a link to go to the page where there is a video. So how cool is that? So we've tried to make it as easy, user-friendly as we can, because we know that you all prefer a printed cookbook. I do as well. Your Gmail address? But what we have, Tom, you need to turn the volume off.
I'm trying to find Instagram on here.
Okay.
So
here, do you want me to do the button?
Well, I know I have Instagram on. I'm trying to find where
we're live.
Where this is so I can hand it to you.
Is it there?
That's yesterday's.
Yesterday?
That's yesterday's.
I don't see it. I do not see it.
Because it's over there on the computer.
That's so crazy, but it doesn't show up here. Maybe it doesn't show up here until later or something. Okay. I don't know. That's crazy. Okay. We're still trying to figure it all out, you guys. Glad that you could be a part of it and help us. And we're glad that you like us and have patience for all of this. So anyway, also in the menu plans, I give you instructions on what you can make in advance, and pop in the freezer or keep in the refrigerator, just to try to make it all easier. They are not all new recipes, but what we have done is we have taken our favorite tried and true recipes, curated them and put them all together for you to try to make entertaining to be easy. And then, of course, you're going to want to try the chocolate peanut butter pie. Oh my, this is a new recipe. Chocolate cookie type crust, 2 layers of nice cream, and a peanut butter chocolate fudge sauce to go over the top, and then nuts. It's absolutely delicious. We did show us eating it the other day, which was really fun. Okay, so that's ours. You want it, this will sell after the bundle for $27.50 on our website. It won't be available until after the bundle. So next Monday on the 11th, we will put it up for sale because we don't want anyone to go on and buy it and buy the bundle and then find out that this came in the bundle. And so it won't go up for sale until Monday. You will be able to buy this alone for $27.50. But if it's in your budget, you should go ahead and spend the $49 and get it along with the other 150 other items that are in the bundle. Okay, so any questions?
What they're saying on YouTube about there on the banner at the video.
What are you saying? Tom, you did an amazing job on this ebook. You could teach a masterclass on how to make accessible ebooks. He could, because I have to tell you, using the other ebooks on my iPad, like today, one cookbook, but I'm using multiple recipes within it, and it's scroll, especially in big books, and so it's a lot of work to do that. So here's one hint that I can share with you that I do. So because I had 3 recipes going that I was making all at kind of the same time, what I did on my iPad is I brought the recipe up on my iPad, and then I took a screenshot of it, and then I cropped it so that it was just the written content, and then I saved it to my photos. And that way, when I went to make my grocery list, it was really easy. I just brought up pictures, and then I looked at the ingredients, checked my pantry, my fridge, made my list. So that made it much easier. And then when I was making everything, then I could just go to my photos and look at my photos. And that just made it a lot easier when I was making multiple recipes from the same ebook. And I don't think any of the other ebooks in the bundle have hyperlinks or QR codes. And so it was Tom's idea to do the hyperlinks, and it was my idea to do the QR codes. And so we're really happy with how that's working out. Okay, so Susan says, hello, absolutely love your professional, thorough, relaxed presentations. Thank you. I don't feel relaxed right now. Okay, so I started to tell you that I went shopping. This is like, I hope you guys have time because this is like a whole story. So we have an Indian store that I've gone to in the past, but honestly, I probably hadn't been there in like over a year. And so I told Tom, I've got to run and get a few things. Hopefully I can get everything at the Indian grocery store. And if not, then I'll have to run to Whole Foods. We're very fortunate here in Northern California that, we live within just a melting pot of cultures. And so we have specialized grocery stores for just about any way of eating. So Mediterranean, Indian, Asian, what am I missing? Mexican, we are just so fortunate. And of course we have amazing fruits and vegetables, glorious produce to choose from. So I went there, and it was early, and there was a young guy in there. He might have been like 19 or 20. And so he was like stocking shelves, and he had a cart, and he was moving a cart along and, greeted me. And then I was, looking for things. And then he doesn't see me. I'm in the little produce section, and, the aisles are very small because it's a little tiny grocery store in like a strip mall. So he starts backing up his cart. So I start backing up, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to run into me. And there wasn't even time to say, stop, excuse me, what have you. And then I hear a child start laughing. Well, there was a child underneath his cart, lying down on the shelf underneath his cart. So she started laughing, and then he realized there was somebody that he was almost backing into. And I was holding stuff in my arms, and my grocery list fell out, but I didn't notice at that time. And so, we exchanged niceties, and he apologized, and I was like, oh, no problem. And the little girl was teasing with me. And then, I continued to shop, and then I can't find my grocery list. So then I retrace my steps, and underneath the produce, the refrigerated section, I just see a little corner of it. It had slid underneath that unit, but enough of it was sticking out that I got it, which I was really grateful for, because, I had everything listed there that I needed to get, and there was no way I was going to remember all the names of everything that I needed to get there. So anyway, that was my story there. I found the things that I needed, but not all. And I asked him if they had any fresh curry leaves, and he said no. But in the produce section where the fresh curry leaves would be, they had put 2 bags of dried curry leaves. So I did pick up one of those and purchased it. And then I went to Whole Foods and got some of the vegetables that I needed, that they didn't have at the Indian store, the Indian grocery store. And then I called Tom and told him I'm going to go check out another store, because there was one not too far from our house. And so I go in there and I'm looking through other produce, and it's been a couple years since I bought curry leaves, and I couldn't remember what they looked like, and not everything was labeled in English. And then there was this really sweet looking elderly lady that was shopping in there. So I approached her and I asked her if she spoke English, and she said, yes. And so I told her my dilemma. I'm dipping my toes into Indian cooking, and I'm trying to find fresh curry leaves. So she says, oh, let's go look. And so we scour the produce department and we can't find them. And then she tells me, well, you can use dried. And I said, well, I did buy some. And she said, well, let's go look and make sure you've got the right thing. And what are you making? And I told her. And so then she found the dried and showed it to me and said, is this what you bought? And I said, yeah, I bought that. And then she started asking me, well, did you get red chili powder? Did you get, and she started going through like a whole list. So like she knew what I was making, and she knew what ingredients should be in it. So it was adorable. And then she said, well, let's go ask at the front counter if they have any curry leaves in back for you. So we go up and she talks to the gentleman and asks him, and she tells me, oh, he says no, that he won't get any till Friday. And I said, well, that's a shame, because I'm actually cooking today. And they both laughed. They thought it was hilarious. So anyway, that was really fun, a really fun encounter. I told Tom I really wanted to get a selfie with her, because she was so cute and she was so helpful, and she was just like being such a nice grandma to me. And but I thought I might freak her out if I said, can I take a selfie with you? But anyway, so that was fun. Did not get fresh curry leaves. They're coming in on Friday. So I picked a couple things that didn't need to have the curry leaves then, although I could use the dry, but both the internet and that nice grandma at the store both agreed that the fresh would make for a better tasting product in the end. However, I did buy some as a backup. And so this is just what it looks like. And this is dry curry leaves, and you would use about half the amount of dried versus the fresh. And so just so you know, there is a very nice list in the cookbook of ingredients and kitchen supplies and just everything to do with cooking Indian food. And so that's very helpful. And then red chili powder, not the same thing as chili powder that we buy in an American grocery store for making chili. This is a red chili powder, and it's pretty hot. So there was a range of chili powder to use in the recipe, and I used the low end. Even though I doubled the recipe, I used the low end for a single recipe, and it's pretty spicy. So I would start light, and you can always add more, but you can't take away. So just know that. But this is different than our chili powder. And then I did not have dried mango powder. I do remember a few years ago when I had taken a cooking class, I did buy dried mango powder, but I didn't have any of that left. And so I did get it, and it is a bit tart, is what I want to say. You know, I tasted it when I opened it before I used it, but I used the amount that the recipe called for, and it was fine. And so, so if you're not used to the flavors and spices, you know, you might want to go light when you first start, and then you can always build up. Yes, Tom, questions?
It's coming right up on the screen there for you.
Okay, there's a delay, you know.
Yeah, the question was from Jane099, right there it is.
Okay.
On screen.
Oh, can you use carob in the pie? I can't do chocolate anymore. You know, you could. There's no reason why you can't. I can't tell you how much. I don't know if you'll need, you know, more. And carob won't have the same chocolate intensity that cacao or cocoa will, but if that's what you're used to, it'll probably taste good to you. And so you'll just need to play around with the amounts and get it to be the flavor that you want. Or you could just make the whole thing just peanut butter flavor and leave the chocolate out altogether if you want. And you could do that in the crust too. You could just leave cocoa out of the crust as well. So, okay. Debbie Jo says, just saw you were live. So glad I found you. You sure have been busy. You guys have no idea. It is like bundle week or 10 days is just such a crazy time. It's fun, but crazy and very tiring. Yesterday afternoon, I took some food out to Chef AJ and Charles because, you know, she's doing like 6 lives a day for the bundle. So I cooked yesterday and took them some food to kind of help out because I know they're tired. And I came straight home and I laid down and slept for 2 hours. So just felt like a little kid who needed a nap. So that's what we did. All right. So the other thing were many of the recipes call for green chilies. And so I bought these at the Indian store. I have no idea what kind they are. They weren't labeled other than it just said green chilies on it. And so I just looked for, you know, ones that looked nice. They're very skinny. They do have seeds. The recipes don't say whether to eliminate the seeds, clean the seeds out or not. So I went ahead and did that because I'd rather have it not be too hot. Because if it's too hot, we just can't enjoy it as much. And so these are what they look like, but I don't know what kind they are, but it's what they had. And so in the 2 Indian stores that I went to, they had the same ones, but and the one store had much nicer looking produce than the other. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you is, you know, a few years ago when I was shopping at the first Indian store that I went to, they had tons of dried beans and lentils and dal and split peas and all kinds of things, ingredients for making your own food. And then I told Tom, wow, has it ever changed? They put in a whole bunch more rows, have skinny little rows, and they have tons of prepared food, tons of packaged snacks and candy and just, you know, all kinds of things. They put in a refrigeration section that is just full of frozen Indian foods. And so when they first started out, they were selling all kinds of ingredients to make your own, and they had a nice produce section. And now they've reduced their produce section and have all this prepared stuff and lots of like junk food. I was just really shocked at that. But you know, that's the culture that we live in these days. Okay, so the next thing I want to tell you is that I made a yogurt dip, and I know that there's going to be questions about plant-based yogurt. So this is the brand that I buy. I got to see, which way do I hold it? This way. This is the brand that I buy. This is Kite Hill. Not heel, Hill, Kite Hill. And the ingredients are almond milk, water, starch, natural flavor, citrus fiber, locust bean gum, xanthan gum, and live active cultures. So I heard Dr. Roseanne Oliveira talk about this brand, and she said, you know, it's one of the cleanest vegan yogurts, non-dairy vegan yogurts on the market. And so I thought, well, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. And so it's very good. It does not have any added sugar, which is really nice. And it does have live active cultures. So dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, kosher, vegan, and non-GMO. So there you go. Kite Hill. I buy it at Whole Foods, but it's also sold at some regular grocery stores as well. So hopefully that will help you with ingredients, and you'll just have to look around where you live and discover what stores you have that will carry things. And then don't forget Amazon. You can buy a lot of stuff on Amazon or Thrive Market, or, you know, there's a lot of online options as well. Okay, so let's see what's happening. Jay No 99 says, I use carob in your creamy fudge recipe and it's wonderful. Great. So there you go. You can use the carob. Now, I do make like chocolate sauce and some different things with carob powder when we're going to be sharing anything with Chef AJ and Charles, because they don't eat chocolate. He can't for a medical reason, and it like causes migraines for AJ. And so I will use carob, and it actually tastes pretty good. Not as intense chocolate flavor, but hey, it's better than not having it. Ocean Breeze says, love the info at the Indian grocery. Can't wait to check my local one out. Great. Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything. Susan says the QR code is an excellent perk. I'm glad you like that. Susan says Tom can start his own YouTube channel for creating content, organizing content, developing ebooks of such an outstanding quality. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that, because we did go to a lot of extra work for this. Okay, so I did not get everything made today that I wanted to, because it took me so long to get the ingredients. And then, of course, when you are trying new recipes, it takes more time because you've never made it before. You have to read the instructions and, you know, really try to go through so that you don't make mistakes. So I am going to be talking about recipes from Amy Deane's Great North-Indian Vegan Cookbook. And maybe, are you bringing it up on screen, Tom, or did I see you do a pause to me?
Yeah, I'm
perfect.
Going to the page here.
Great.
And that's number 4, camera 4.
So there you can see it, the Great North-Indian Vegan Cookbook. The only oil-free, I was reading it and then, oh, you just made it bigger for us. Thank you.
I'm trying to make it bigger.
Let's see if you can, because
I'll read this.
You'll read it.
So that's a picture of Amy right there, and they're really cool front cover, which I also used on our thumbnail for the YouTube video. But she goes by the nickname Broccoli Mom. Her name's Amy Deane, and I won't attempt her partner's name, but it's in print there. The only oil-free vegan weight loss North Indian cookbook with over 90 carefully crafted authentic Indian creations. Lose weight eating Indian food daily. And regular price of this one is $31.99.
Okay, so between our ebook and this one ebook, you're money ahead if you get the bundle. And so, and I can tell you that Chef AJ has a neighbor. Oh, what is her name? Do you remember? Their Indian neighbor, AJ and Charles' Indian neighbor.
Well, their last name is Patel, but no, his first name is Patel, but there's a lot of Patels in India.
There is. Well, anyway, I can't remember her name right now. Beautiful lady, gorgeous couple. And she actually, AJ gave her this ebook, and she made a whole meal for Charles and AJ, oil-free, because AJ wanted to, you know, show her that you can make Indian food without oil. And so, so she, the friend, the neighbor, made a whole meal, all oil-free recipes out of the cookbook. And AJ said everything was fabulous. And so, hello.
I found the Instagram people.
How did you find them?
They were on my phone.
Why were they on your phone?
They like it better.
Well, okay then. I'm not going to feel bad about this.
I found the Instagram people.
I'm not going to take it personally. I know you have your fan club.
Okay, so I'm going to prop this over here so you can keep track of them. But anyway.
Fantastic. Hello,
okay.
Instagram
so,
friends.
Yeah, we don't evidently get to see the Instagram stream on because you're the Instagram owner.
Oh.
It's already on the computer over here. But
how strange.
But here it is showing
okay.
here.
Well, we're going to learn how this all works, aren't we, honey?
Okay. So.
Okay.
All right. So I am sorry for the interruption. Just had an
That's
exciting.
okay.
Just
that
had an
is
exciting
very,
technological moment there.
That is very cool. And just know that can we see their questions if they ask questions or no? On Instagram? No,
no, we see.
We can see that somebody's there. So if you have questions on Instagram, you'll need to hop over to YouTube to put your questions in the chat because we can't see your questions.
Yeah, and that's a limit
there.
of the external software of StreamYard and Instagram. It's not me. That's just the rule that they have right now. Instagram just started allowing multi-streaming through StreamYard January 1st-ish. But they've not given StreamYard the API keys or whatever to pull in any other text at this point.
Right.
But we've got sound and picture, and that's more than we had 2 months ago.
Yes, that's fantastic. Andrina's Casa says gram masala is a great spice to use for Indian cuisine. It is. And, you know, you can get those wonderful spices also from local spicery. You can find them in your regular grocery store. And if you do have an Indian market near you, they have everything that you would need. I didn't need a whole lot of stuff today because I do stock a pretty good spice cabinet. Belinda wants to know, do you order from Thrive Market? I've considered joining, but wasn't sure if it is worth it. I do not. However, our daughter does. She cooks for 5 people. She's got 3 children. It's very convenient for her to order through Thrive Market and just have things show up. And she says the prices are pretty competitive. And then, you know, she likes the fact that she doesn't have to, you know, pack up 3 kids to go to the grocery store. So she does a lot of curbside pickup and that kind of thing. All right. So what I decided to make, since I couldn't get the fresh curry leaves, is I decided to make this vegetable pulao, I think it's called. I have no idea how to say all of these Indian cuisine names, but veg pulao, I think, is what it is. And so it is a rice dish, and it has rice and vegetables and a lot of onion, and I've used pepper, and it called for peas, but if I want to share it with certain people that can't have peas, you know, so I substituted corn instead of peas, and pretty bell peppers. I did also chopped up some fresh zucchini and put that in it. I mean, you know, you could, and carrots, so you could kind of pick whatever vegetables you wanted to use in it and, you know, substitute if you wanted to. I didn't know how much it was going to make. I doubled the recipe and I nearly filled my 6.5 quart Dutch oven. And so just the regular recipe would be plenty. So I've got a ton of it. I hope it freezes well. We're going to find out. It was really easy to make. I am not used to cooking rice in a pot on the stove because I have the magic man here who came up with how to make perfectly granular brown or white rice. So I would love to adapt this recipe to the Instant Pot so that I don't have to watch it on the stove, because I am not used to cooking things on the stove and having to tend to them. So anyway, we'll do a taste test, but I did taste it when it got done cooking, and it's delicious, and it is a bit spicy. So, and I doubled the recipe, but just used the small end of the amount of red chili powder in it, and it's got a lot of kick. So that's pretty hot stuff. Okay, then the other thing I made is the Ali Gobi. I hope I'm saying it right. And this is a potato cauliflower dish. So I had Yukon Gold potatoes, so that's what I used. It took a really long time for my potatoes to cook. They did not cook in the amount of time that the recipe stated, and I think I just left them in too big of pieces. So now I feel like my cauliflower got overcooked, so that I could get my potatoes cooked. So next time I would cut my potatoes smaller, and I think I would wait on putting the cauliflower in. I wouldn't put the cauliflower and the potatoes in at the same time. Also, she gave a range for adding water after you sauteed the onions and all the tomatoes. And the tomatoes aren't really good right now. Summer would be better to get really ripe red potatoes. The potatoes available at Whole Foods today didn't have a lot of color, which also means they're not going to have a ton of flavor. And so I didn't know how much water to add because I've never had this Ali Gobi dish before, and so I didn't know what it was supposed to be like. From the picture, it looks like it should be more of a sauce than a stew, and so I think I added too much water, even though I did the low end of the water. However, I haven't tasted it yet. We're going to taste it and see what it tastes like. So since these two items were pretty hot, and maybe I should, Tom, do you want to do a close-up of these so they can see them better? Because I know we've got the camera kind of pulled back. So this is the Ali Gobi, if I'm saying it right. You can tell me if I'm not. Page 119 in the Great North Indian Vegan Cookbook. So it is potatoes and cauliflower and tomatoes and onions and lots of delicious Indian spices, and it does smell really, really good. And then this was the vegetable pulao, if I'm saying that right. Have no idea. Might really be embarrassing myself right now. So, and this is a vegetable and rice dish, and this is basmati rice, and I used white basmati rice. I don't think the recipe indicated whether it was brown or white, but it cooked in 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So I figured, it's white. And so we went with that, and it, turns that beautiful yellow color from the turmeric. And that was on page 102. And so here's the thing, you guys. I will not be able to give you page numbers forever. If you watch this and then you get the bundle, please go search for the recipes. I'm getting emails from people asking me, well, what page was this or that on? And I just don't have time to go look up page numbers of recipes for you to give you the page numbers. You can rewatch these videos. What we've decided to do after the bundle, we do take the videos down off of YouTube where we talk about the bundle, just because it confuses people, because then they watch the video, they want to get the bundle, but it's not available after the 10th. And so what we've decided to do is I have a blog post on the blog at nutmegnotebook.com that has a blog post all about the bundle, and we will embed those videos in that blog post. So you can go back to that blog post and you can rewatch these videos where I talk about the different things that I made. So hopefully that will be helpful for you. And I'm giving you the numbers, the page numbers here so that you can jot them down. I highly recommend getting a notebook. And as you're going through the bundle ebooks, make notes like I have about, put the name of the book down and the name of the recipe and what page it's on. And then if it's a class that you want to take, put a note down what ebook that class was in that you want to take. So, and that way it's much easier to go back and find things. So because things were hot, then I decided, I'm going to make a yogurt sauce to help cool down anything that's a little bit too spicy. And so this, I think it's spelled Raitha. So I'm thinking like Raitha. And it's kind of like a tzatziki sauce, or I know I've made a different kind of Indian sauce in the past. So that was very similar to this. So it is shredded cucumber and grated, not shredded, but grated cucumber, and the yogurt, the Kite Hill plain yogurt, and fresh mint and fresh cilantro. And then she did call for ginger in it, but ginger sometimes can be, a little hot. And so I didn't add the ginger, but I did add garlic, and I added onion powder and garlic powder to it, and lime juice. And so that is a nice, cool, refreshing condiment to use if the food is spicy. And so, and Tom and I will do a little taste test when he's ready. Okay, just checking to see how everybody's doing. Let's see. Any questions for us? Any questions about the bundle, downloading it, anything that we can help you with? If you have technical issues after you purchase it, you can get help by emailing uwlbundle@gmail.com. And that is where tech support is. And so, we aren't involved in the administrative part of the bundle. We are just a participant within the bundle. And so there's a whole team that is there as tech support for you. So, if you purchase it and you don't find your email after you purchased it, then look in your junk email folder or your spam email folder, because it's an email coming from Send Owl, SEND Owl. And if they're not in your contact list, which they won't be if you've never ordered from them before, then it'll probably, your email with your notification, your confirmation of your order will probably end up in your spam folder or your junk email folder. So look there and see if it isn't in there. If you don't find it, but the charge is on your credit card, so you were successful, then contact support, uwlbundle@gmail.com. And on the page that you go to when you use our affiliate link, the information is there, how to get help, tips on how to download the bundle, and there's a printed list. You can print a list of all the content so that you can make sure that you get all the content when you download it. And depending on your internet speed and what device you're going to be loading it onto, you might have to do things one at a time. But Tom said it only took like 20 minutes to download the 150 items one at a time. So, so you might not be able to download all, but don't panic. You've got time. Just download everything one at a time. You have 1 year to download all of the content. And the reason we have a time limit on that is because we have to pay for the website for the bundle content to reside on for a year. There is a monthly fee that we have to pay for that. And so we give you a full year to download all of the content, and then it has to go away, because then when the new bundle comes out, then we have to start paying for it to reside there. And so that's why you have 1 year, which is a very generous amount of time to be able to get the bundle. All right. Okay. JAC66 says, thank you so much for your wonderful coverage of the bundle. I really like your idea of using a notebook to track what you want to explore. I'm so happy you're going to make a blog with the videos. You are so welcome. We do think that it will be beneficial for you guys. You can go back and see all the different recipes that we've tried, and the different things that we've pointed out to you. There's so much on there that is amazing. Okay, so I was going to give you, should we do a taste test? Are you ready to do a taste test?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was working on learning the controls over here.
Okay. How's it going? What do you think? Are you impressed?
Oh, I found out how to turn like I took your name off the bottom left-hand corner, because once you're, that doesn't need to stay up the whole time.
Okay.
And I need to push camera too, so that we're both here. I think I guess I did raise the
Here,
camera.
let's move this so we don't get food on it.
And I found out that you have to set your screen resolution before you start the stream.
Oh.
So we are streaming in 720p. Next time we go, we will be streaming in full HD 1080p, not 4K on this. Although we are working on some of our upload videos, our recipe videos will be in 4K.
I didn't talk about dessert, but we'll talk about dessert when we go to
so is this,
eat dessert.
Is this?
Whoops.
We had lunch, so
we did. This is just a snack.
Okay.
Because they want us to taste it.
The last 2 days we've actually had lunch off of our broadcast, so
we have.
That's enough. Well, that's enough.
I didn't get any cauliflower in there for you.
Oh, okay.
You want cauliflower, don't you?
Sure.
Here.
Is that my fork?
It is.
Okay.
And I give you a napkin right there. So this is just a taste test, because they want us to taste it. So we had the potato corn chowder that I made yesterday out of our ebook. That's what we had for lunch today, and that was really good. So this, and then I forgot to get a spoon for this.
Oh, you get it. And then
that's okay. We'll just use this one. It'll be okay.
No. Let me get the spoon.
Okay. So then we'll do our taste test.
Don't put white stuff with the yellow stuff.
Boomer and Beyond says, Tom, what device do you use when you're shooting in 4K?
We use this really amazing device right here, except upside up. The iPhone 14, iPhone 15 for phones, they have fantastic cameras. We do use some special software in there that allows us to set color temperatures and actually the pixels, how many pixels, we can shoot in 1080p or in 4K or even more, I think. But I don't want to store those larger files. But so yeah, we are, for our webcams, we are using our 2 previous iPhones up there. You guys are watching through our old iPhone 10s.
So here's what we're having.
And,
yum, yum,
And
yum.
again,
You almost spill it?
I almost spilled it. I'm sad to say that I did not, this is our first time streaming with StreamYard, and I did not know I had to go in and push the 1080p button, or we would have even more clear images of these. But we'll have a chance. Curve. We'll have another chance tomorrow. So yeah, I heard you talking about the rice. You're going to try and mess with the rice technique a little bit.
I'd like to be able to make it in the Instant Pot.
Okay.
Because I'm not used to having to babysit rice on the stovetop. I'm not used to, I'm not used to babysitting
your
anything.
Rice comes out of the pot already cooked. Yeah, you usually don't cook rice.
Oh, this is spicy too.
Really?
Yeah, try it. It's good. It is spicy. I hadn't tasted it yet. Wow. I like it though.
You know,
And so use a little bit of the yogurt sauce.
I absolutely am doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's making my ears tickle. That's a good thing, right?
I think so. That's good. It has that capsaicin in it. How is it? What Dr. Barnard talked about.
Okay, so this is YouTube, this is Facebook, and then that's Instagram.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is really, really delicious.
This is full flavored. I can say it's full flavored.
Goodness. This is so good. The potatoes did get done.
With this, it's not too hot. I had a little sample of the rice earlier. I said, oh my, that rice has got some heat. But with it here, more mas. With this little bit of yogurt.
That makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Well, it gives you balance in each bite.
Yeah, it's good. Very, very good. Okay, so she does have recipes in there too to, make some gluten-free bread. It's with oats so that you can have kind of like a little bit of naan to have with it.
So I have a full serving of this for dinner, right? Okay.
It's very good. And it's gotten cold, but it's still delicious.
What are those tiny little peppers?
Those
are
the
special? Or
yeah,
what?
these are the green chilies that all the recipes call for. Green chilies. This is what they are. I don't know what they are. Somebody probably knows, but I don't.
They come from the Indian store?
Yeah.
So
they didn't have anything that looked just like that at Whole Foods.
So that's different than what we use in all of our Mexican foods.
We use jalapenos in those. Guys, this is really good.
I'm not the cook. I eat the food. I don't always pay attention to how it gets made. So there's a lot I don't know about food prep.
It's okay. There's a lot I don't know about tech. All right. Karen says, just joining. Which recipes did you use for Broccoli Mom's book? So we have here the vegetable pulo, if I'm saying it right, page 102. The ali gobi, page 119. And then the yogurt sauce, raitha maybe, page 28. And it's all very, very good, you guys. Very good.
Or those page numbers, I can drop them in the chat. I'll just put recipes from page number, so on and so forth.
102. Oh, yeah, 102, 119, and 28. I really like the heat.
And I'm not naming which recipes are in what. Oh, that's not how you spell recipes. I don't know what that word is.
It's okay.
How do you spell recipe? That's not right either.
These are smaller than serrano peppers, but they look like they could be a cousin.
Oh, I should name the book.
They do look like they could be a cousin, but they're a bit skinnier. And the name of the book is The Great North-Indian Vegan Cookbook. Okay. I do like that, the heat, the spicy heat.
It keeps building even after you're done chewing. I'm going to have to get some water.
Okay, Jill's got to go. She's got a class. Thanks for joining us. Have fun at your class. We are glad that you could pop in. I'm just going to have a little more of the rice. It's very, very good. It's a good thing we like it because we've got a ton of this to eat. And I got to take pictures too. So anyway, another great book, you guys. There's so many recipes in there. There were some millet buns, red lentil rolls. These are the gluten-free things. There's a lot of, bread stuff that you can make that isn't gluten-free. There's a lot of desserts. I wanted to make some of the desserts. There's a rice pudding with cardamom. I thought, oh my goodness, that looked so good. There's also a lot of different chutneys that you can make. There's a mango chutney, and I have a bunch of mangoes that got ripe. So the mango chutney would be really good. I think I'm on camera 2 and I'm talking to camera 1. Thank you. Oh, there we go. And so there's a mint chutney, a tamarind chutney, the mango chutney, a lot of different chutneys. And so the chutneys are nice and sweet. So kind of think of a little bit kind of like preserves, if you will, because they'll have chunks of fruit in them, but they're sweet with dates. And so that also helps to counter the hot spices of, the different things that you're eating. And then lots of soups, salads. Oh, there was quite a few salads that looked really amazing. So, I mean, I can just see, like I could try a new Indian recipe out of there every week.
In the banner, I put Marie's. She said that whatever you were saying earlier is the Indian name for rice pilaf.
I think it was vegetable pulao, Pulow. Like I said, I have no idea how to say these words, these Indian names. And the potato cauliflower dish, I think, is ali gobi. And then the vegetable pulao, and then the raita or raita. It might be raita. And it's just so delicious. But it's just full of tons of recipes. There's desserts and snacks.
Did you hold up you want me to hold up just to show how colorful that book is?
You want me to bring it up on here?
I'm going to do a fast scroll through all the pages of her, that you were cooking, how colorful that. And does it go vertical? Do those, if you rotate your iPad, it'll go.
Let me see.
There you go.
Oh, it's got food on it. Big surprise.
That's a food collector cover.
It is a food collector.
Yeah. So
this is what the book looks like. And she wrote it, Broccoli Mom and her sister-in-law wrote the book together.
So it can, and so it's just, I mean, look at this table of contents. It's huge. And then she goes into a lot of text of, instructions about Indian cooking in general.
Mm-hmm.
Can you swipe? I'm having a hard time swiping with one hand.
Sure.
I'm just kind of, whoa, slow down.
Whoa.
You're going to buy a lot of stuff. So.
Well, there's lots of information.
Yeah.
Lots of, to help you with eating Indian, but we don't want to show any of the recipes.
No, well, they're not nothing's gonna show, but just all of the color and pictures.
I know,
and description.
It's beautiful. So they have.
It's fun to just cruise.
It is.
That's my point.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book. It's an absolutely beautiful book.
I mean, and it's not small. It's got a boatload of content. So
it does. I think that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will certainly have a lot of fun trying all the different recipes in this. And I mean, it'll probably keep me busy for a year, just going through and trying things and seeing how they go. Okay, here I am. I'm back. Got my YouTube back up. Marie Green says, is it a rice pilaf with vegetables in it? Yes, it is. And, I didn't use the vegetables that she had. So I didn't put peas in it. I did, and it called for peas and green beans, but I did carrots and corn and 2 colors of bell pepper and some zucchini. And I just cut them all up into about the same size. Everything was about the same size as the kernels of corn.
So you used the ingredients listed in the recipe, like I do, stop signs in parking lots as suggestions.
You're bad. You're bad. You're bad. You're so bad.
If you watched yesterday, you'll know what that's about.
Okay. So then I wanted to make one of the desserts, but I wanted to, be able to go online and do this, guys, with you without disturbing our dinner. And so I'll show you what I made yesterday. And these, let's see, which am I here? Here I am. These are peanut butter and jelly oatmeal cookies. Yes, peanut butter and jelly cookies. Why didn't I think of that? These are so good, you guys. So these are Vicki Gawk's. I've got to see. She has a dessert book. Do I not have it written down?
Yeah, you'll find it on.
Yeah, can you find it, Tom? She has a whole dessert book, and I love her recipes. They always turn out for me. And
it occurs to me it's kind of down towards the bottom.
I don't remember. It's got cupcakes with purple frosting on the front of it, so you can't miss it. And I think it's called something desserts. But see, this is the problem. If you don't write it down, you're not going to remember, just like me.
Yeah. So yeah, what I'm doing is this is me scrolling through.
That's good. Show
all
them.
of the books. And I don't want to give anybody motion sickness. I'm going to keep scrolling here.
Oh, Feel Great Desserts. I did have it written down.
Feel Great Desserts?
Yeah. I just didn't flip the page.
No, that's Feel Fabulous Recipes. Okay.
Feel Great Desserts.
So it'd be in, these aren't alphabetical.
Those are not alphabetical, but it's got a big cupcake on the front of it with purple frosting on it. So you must have scrolled past it. It's going to be up there. But anyway, these are the peanut butter and jelly cookies. I think that my grandkids would really, really like these. It also called for raisins. And I think there was only a couple tablespoons of jelly in them, but the flavor comes through. I was really surprised. And it made a lot. I got more out of it than the recipe said. So I must have made them smaller than she did.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
And I did have to bake them longer in my Breville. But, you know, when you're using like bananas and oats, you know, my bananas might be a lot bigger than her bananas were. And so are you going to bring it up for the people?
Yeah, I'm trying to see how big I can make the page.
Now you've lost it. Better go smaller so you can find it again.
It jumped.
So anyway, very simple, easy. You've probably got everything in your pantry or fridge to make these. And her whole book is all delicious looking desserts.
Here it is.
So
it's next to Sid Notter's. So
yeah, and they're friends. So that's nice. So there, Feel Great Desserts, Vicki Brett Gawk.
Purple frosting cupcakes.
I know, aren't they cool?
Yeah. And it says make amazing desserts like chocolate cupcakes with purple sweet potato icing. Oh, there you go. Apple pear crumble, banana split mini bundt cakes, pumpkin spice chocolate truffles, spiced toffee pecan cookies, cinnamon cappuccino ice cream, and so many more.
Right. So Janice has a question. Did you want to put it up on the screen?
Sure.
Because that's fun that we get to do that. We've never been able to do that before. Boomer and Beyond Wellness, Vicki says Vicki Brett Gawk's recipes are incredible, and they are. And I just really enjoy her flavor profiles and how she seasons things. And so it's very similar to what I like. So Janice says, did you find Janice's?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
Oh,
it's
beautiful.
right there in front of you.
It's just a delay. Janice says, can you print every item from the bundle if you really wanted to? My internet is terrible and a printed paper would be nice. So you can print, once you download it to your computer, you can print whatever you want on your home computer. If you take it to a printing company to get anything printed, like, we took this to Staples, we always print our ebooks for show and tell so that we can show them. And then I use these instead of, looking up on the computer on my website to pull the recipes up. I use my printed ebooks. But this cost for this 117 pages to have it done on nice paper and cardstock for the front and back and plastic liner was like $80 to get this one book printed, which is, that's crazy. So look on the internet, see if you can find a printing option that is less expensive. Some people have told us that if you have like a junior college in your community, sometimes they'll have a class, a printing class where they're teaching people how to, work in a print shop. You might be able to locate someplace like that that would be able to do things for less money. And on which page do we give permission? On page 3 here is where we give you permission to take it to a printing place and have one copy printed for your personal use. So if you don't show them that, they probably won't print it for you. So even when we took ours in, our first one, the gal was like, "Do you have permission to print this?" And I said, "Well, look at the lady in there and look at me. I'm her." And so then she was like, "Oh, okay." So, and they knew us this year, so they didn't ask us again. So so it would be very expensive, and depending on what kind of printer you have, because we do a white background so that when it is printed, it isn't using up
Or if you print
a
an
ton of
individual
ink.
sheet of a favorite recipe.
That's what I was just going to say.
Oh.
What you could do is what Tom just said, is if that's okay, if you have a favorite recipe, just print that page. And then you can put that in a 3-ring binder. And I can't get that out right now, but I keep several 3-ring binders in my cupboard here in the kitchen. And if I find a recipe online that I like, I will print it, paper punch it, and put it in a 3-ring binder. So you can have one for, savory things. You could have one for breakfast. You could have one for desserts. And that way you're not wasting a whole bunch of paper printing an entire book if you aren't going to use the entire book. And if you print like Broccoli Mums, every page is the entire background is a color. And so it would use up a tremendous amount of ink.
Yeah, it was never intended to be printed.
It wasn't intended. The ebooks are not intended to be printed, but we do make ours always with a white background so that if you do want to print it, then, and we did small pictures on every recipe page so that if you do want to print it, it's not using up all of your ink, because the ink is very expensive. So great question. Jill says, you can print it at home and then have it bound at Staples or somewhere near you for much less than them printing it. Yes, I think people have told us that it runs between $10 and $15 if you take your printed pages in and just ask them to spiral bound it. And you can even take some cookbooks in, like you buy a cookbook that isn't spiral bound, you can take it into like Staples and they cut the binding off and then do the spiral for you. But it depends on the book. It's got to be made so that there's room to do that. So lots of different options. Maybe print just one recipe, at a time. Unless you look at I looked at Broccoli Mums and book, and I, want to make everything that's in there. So, anyway, let's see what else. Mona says, love learning. It's great, isn't it? And to be able to doing the sharing. Stephanie Simpson says, so these videos since last Friday about the bundle will be removed after Sunday, March 10th. Yes, but what we are going to do, it'll take us a couple days because we don't have time to do it right now. But what we will do is we will put them in the bundle 2024 blog post that we've already started on the blog. So if you go to that blog post now, it just gives you all the details about the bundle. But what we're going to do, because I think Lucy requested it, Lucy, who follows us, requested it and said, you know, is there any way we could have access to the videos after the bundle so that, you know, when we go, oh, we remember Tami talking about that book, but what did she say she tried? So you'll be able to go back and look at those. We can't leave them on YouTube because people just get confused because they hear me talking about a book or something in the YouTube video, and then they find out they can't get it. And then they think, well, why is this up here if that's not available anymore? And they just wasted time, you know, watching it. And so, but we'll put it on the blog because, you know, just you guys will know that it's there, really. Okay, so that should help. That way you can go back and remember, okay, I know I'm a slow talker. You can speed up YouTube videos when you're watching them. Tom speeds me up when he's editing my videos. And so you can speed them up. And then also you can fast forward. So, you know, you can move it ahead a minute or two. And, you know, so you can speed things up and you don't have to, you know, watch it for the whole hour or what have you. Right? Okay. So I'm going to give you some hints and tips on cooking for company. Do we have time for that today, or do you want me to save that for another day?
No, you can do hints and tips if you guys have time. I just was going to put in an advisory moment because we're in the midweek right now. This is actually, as bundles go, the quiet time. We have folks that, you know, have been waiting for it to come out. They grab it in the first couple of days. And then participation in, you know, getting, you know, buying the bundle falls off midweek. And then on Sunday in particular, there's this huge rush of activity for people that waited until the 10th day. Why do you do that to yourself?
It's so stressful.
Why do that?
And then if you have a problem with your computer or doing the transaction.
Today, right now, the internet is working. Today, right now, my computer's working today. Today, right now, since you're watching this, your computer /phone/pad is working.
And today, because not, you know, 2,000 people who decided to buy it on the last day
are not jamming up the system or breaking it.
Yeah. So if it's a huge influx of people on it on the last day, it can cause the program to run slow.
So Tami's bundle link is in the show notes. It's in the chat feed on Instagram, or excuse me, on Facebook and on YouTube. And Facebook, folks, you got double in a row because the first one said it didn't work. And so I did it again, and then they both went through. My apologies. And Instagram, folks, the link is in Tami's bio.
It is.
So don't torment yourself with the fear of not getting your bundle from all the way now until Sunday.
I think I pinned a post at the top of my Facebook page too for people with the link in it.
And for the last 2 years, we absolutely got several emails on day 11, people that, you know, maybe they had been traveling, maybe they thought they were going to get to it on Sunday, and then boom, Sunday came and went, that wanted to get the bundle. And they do, they play hardball with that. Midnight on the 10th is the last time to get the bundle.
Yep.
So that's
because they have to draw the line someplace.
Well, we can't keep doing this.
Right. Well, plus they have to have a cutoff. They have to have a cutoff, and the cutoff has to be a real cutoff, because it isn't fair to give it to 2 or 3 people, you know, who ask, when you've told the general public that you know
it's a 10-day thing.
And it's a 10-day thing because it's such an amazing value. We can't keep it going forever. It's just, you know, Macy's, Nordstrom's, they don't keep a sale going forever. You know, Walmart, Target, you know, their specials come and go, deals come and go.
All right. So you have some insights for sharing?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to share some tips about entertaining. So
I'm going to put you back on Tami.
Okay. How long have we been on? I don't want to wear people out.
We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh dear. Okay.
So you got 10 minutes to wrap it up?
Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
And then if we don't cover it, then we could do more tomorrow. So we have the grandkids. We are babysitting tomorrow.
In the morning, yeah.
So
We'll probably do something in the afternoon.
yeah, we could. So whole food, plant-based entertaining, 11 years ago, it's been 11 years this month since I decided I wanted to, do whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And boy, those first holidays, it was Easter was my first one. And I, hadn't been eating whole food, plant-based for very long at that point. And I was just like, I was so worried. I was losing sleep. I had no idea what I was going to make. And I don't even remember what I made for myself. I ended up going ahead and making like a chicken dish for the family. And then I made some things out of Dr. Furman's Eat to Live book, which was the first book that I read for me, because I was just so stressed out, wondering, what are they going to think and blah, blah, blah. And so that was my compromise right then. But that was like the last time that I made animal products for anybody. And so, I take that back. I did make macaroni and cheese one time for our son-in-law. So I did 2 meals. So anyway, it was very stressful. And it took me, years to figure out what I could make that would be good, that people who don't eat like us would like. And so that's why we decided to do the book, to save you guys that trouble. So here's some things that we do. So I like to do sometimes things that are just like a buffet. And so deconstructed tacos, deconstructed burrito bowls. Mexican is like so easy to do, whole food, plant-based. Everybody we know loves Mexican food. So I have 2 in here. I have 2 different Mexican menus for you. One is like super simple and easy. Once you get everything, kind of get your stuff prepped, it takes 1 hour. After that, like a half hour of prepping the ingredients, it takes like 1 hour to cook the whole meal. And so that's super easy. So I like to do Mexican. That's like one of our favorites to do, because you can do black beans or pinto beans. You can cook them in your Instant Pot. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you don't cook beans from scratch, there's nothing wrong with using low sodium canned beans or canned beans without any salt. No problem. You can flavor them with a little bit of cumin and some cilantro, some garlic. You can make them taste really, really good. And so you can do beans, you can do taco lentils. Somebody's at our door. You can do taco lentils. You can do frozen corn and heat it up, shredded romaine lettuce and, green onions and different kinds of salsa. You can do store-bought salsa. You can do homemade salsa. We make our own chips in advance, and, we make them in the air fryer. If you want to up that a little bit, you can take your corn tortillas, some fresh lime juice, use a pastry brush, brush the tortillas with a little bit of lime juice. That also gives them a little bit of kind of a salty flavor, believe it or not, and air fry them and make them crispy. Well, we know our family and our friends are used to eating regular tortilla chips. So I buy regular tortilla chips for them at the store. We have ours. They might taste ours, but I provide those for them because they're going to enjoy that meal a whole lot better if they get to have chips that they're used to having. So, I just look for the lowest fat ones. I think it's that 4th of July or July 4th or that brand. I can't remember. Costco has it sometimes. And it has a little bit lower fat content. You can get some at Whole Foods that are a little bit healthier. I'm not saying they're healthy. I know they're not. But if I can get my family or friends that don't eat like me to eat a plant-based burrito bowl, then I'm happy that they're just having the chips and they're not having animal products and they're not having cheese. And so we just find that works really well. And I'll provide flour tortillas for them as well. If we're doing like burrito bowls, I'm happy to do that so that they will be happy to come to our house and eat with us. So that works really well. When I make my lasagna is gluten-free and it's oil-free, and people love my lasagna. My mom even made it and served it to my brothers. And, my family lives in the Midwest and they're all big meat eaters, and they didn't even know it didn't have meat in it. The mushrooms are chopped up really small and sauteed, water sauteed, and they had no clue that that wasn't meat, and they liked it. Now, if she had told them, this is your sister's vegan recipe, they wouldn't even have tasted it. So I always say our food is good food. It just happens to be healthy, vegan, and delicious. So, but what I do when I make that gluten-free lasagna and serve it to company is I buy a lovely loaf of beautiful bakery bread at Whole Foods, and we slice it up and I heat it up in the oven for them. And I'm gluten-free, so I don't have the bread, but now I have my pasha bread, and I can heat up my pasha bread or a pasha bun and have that instead. But I provide that for my family. There's no animal products in the bread that I buy. I don't eat that. It's more processed than what I would eat. But is it the end of the earth? It's not the end of the earth. I give them bread. They love bread. And it makes them enjoy that lasagna meal all the more. I make my ultimate Caesar salad dressing, and everybody, plant-based or not, loves that dressing and asks me for the recipe. And so I can feed them. They enjoy it. They love it. So I make concessions like that because I don't expect everybody to eat like Tom and I do. So I try to meet people halfway, but I'm just not going to make animal products for them. And, I'm just going to have whole food plant-based because that's how I cook now. That's what I'm going to make for them. If we get together with extended family and they want to bring something for a buffet that has meat in it, I let them do that because when I go to their house, they let me bring my whole food plant-based food. And I don't eat their food, but I always make enough of my food that everybody can have my food and taste it and see what it's like. So also, if I'm cooking for people that don't restrict their sodium, I will go ahead and use some salt in the food that I'm cooking that I'm going to serve to them. I'm sure, we know they use the salt shaker. They still need to add more. But if I don't do that, I know that that food is going to taste extremely flat to them because it's not going to have oil and it's not going to have sugar in it. And they're used to that highly palatable food. And so if all of a sudden, they have to eat something that's without all of it, it's not going to taste good. I'm not going to win them over. They are not going to think, oh, I could do what she does. And so I will cook with a little bit of salt. For us, that's not a deal breaker because we don't have hypertension. We don't have any problems. One meal occasionally when we're entertaining that has a little bit higher sodium is not a deal breaker for us. So anyway, those are some of my little hints and tips that we do. If I don't have time to make my own salsa, I'll buy salsa. We use condiments that have salt in them. If I do veggie burgers, I offer, regular ketchup and regular mustard for them. And, because that's going to make them enjoy it more. I will also buy whole wheat buns for them. And so that's how we do getting together with family. And if we are going to a birthday party, an anniversary party, a holiday celebration, whatever it is, I always make my own dessert. Now, if we go to our daughter makes things that are vegan. The banner, okay. And it's not a problem. And so, but, sometimes if she's, has 15 or 20 people coming, I tell her, you don't have to make anything oil-free For me, I will just, I'll make one of my brownies or my mug cake or whatever and bring it. And then we always, always, always include a fruit tray with dessert, because I don't know who's coming that might be on a diet. Somebody might be trying to not eat desserts. And so our son-in-law is from Honduras. And when we get together with his side of the family, they always have a platter of fresh fruit. They will also have some rich desserts, but they also always offer a platter of fresh fruit. And you would be amazed at how pleased people are to be able to have the fresh fruit. So many people don't take the time to buy fruit and cut it up and display it. And you can make a beautiful fruit tray, a wonderful presentation. If you don't have time to do that, you can simply cut up a watermelon or a cantaloupe, or buy some grapes and some strawberries. It doesn't have to be difficult. Don't make it difficult, and never be embarrassed to serve something simple like fruit for dessert. So and we just always add it to everything. Okay.
That was Sonia off of Facebook. I was just showing you because you can't see it there.
From off of Facebook.
That's why I put it on the banner there.
Nice.
But anyway, Sonia was, I think, agreeing with you about cooking the food, cooking your food, even though there's other, mixed company around.
Right. You kind of have to meet people where they're at.
But she cooks for her dad when he's in town. And then he says, eating healthier food, he doesn't feel weighed down, which is exactly
what you want.
Transition I went through.
Yes. And that's exactly what you want to have happen. And so, so those are just my tips. I'm not telling you that that's how you need to do it when you're entertaining, but I want you to know what I do when I'm entertaining. And I'm also never embarrassed to take my own dessert to somebody else's house. Everybody knows how we eat. And, I'm like, don't worry. Because they'll say, well, I'm baking a cake or I have a pie or whatever. And I always say, don't worry about me. I'll bring something. So I can take a beautiful fruit salad or a beautiful plate of fruit to share with everyone. And then nobody is looking at my plate to see if I have a piece of cake, the same cake they have. They don't know that my brownie is vegan, And so I'm happy to take my own little something so that I can have that and, feel like I'm participating with everybody else. How about you?
Yes.
Good answer.
Yes.
Ocean Breeze says, what do you all think about where to download?
That's really device dependent. I put one copy on our little portable jump drive here. I have a copy in Tami's iPad. I put a copy on my computer. I put a copy in our Google Drive files, which we have one account to get into. So if Tami wants in there, I have to log out so she can log in. I have to work on getting that set up. But anyway.
Oh, I think somebody's making a good point on here that because somebody said, I don't have good internet where I live. Can I print things? Oh. Yeah. So download them one at a time.
Yeah, if you've got slow internet, one at a time.
But somebody else pointed out that once you have it, Kay Paris says, once you have it downloaded, you don't need the internet to go back and read it.
No.
Because it's already on your device.
Right.
So, which is a really good point. Then
some sites like our book does have video links in it. So that would require internet, of course.
Yes.
But you're not storing it or downloading. You're just streaming something from that link at that point.
But you would be able to look at the book and you would get be able to look at all of the recipes or anything. So, and there's a ton more stuff in the bundle than just the recipes. Although it seems like talking about the food and the recipes is what we get the most response and interest in. But you guys, there's a ton of stuff in there that isn't about cooking.
Yeah, it is the vegan health bundle, and there's a lot of direct health related information in there.
Yeah.
Fitness, yoga, aging well.
Dr. Laura Marbus has the what labs to get if you're whole food plant-based, and then she tells you how to interpret the results. And there's health about preventing osteoporosis. There's gut health from Dr. McDougall. Lots of really great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's it.
I put one last in the chat of the link. So if people are on their TV or something, well, I don't know if you're on TV, you're not seeing the chat either. It's in the description. You might have to go to a different device. But I did one last time, our link on there. So
nice. Good job. Good job.
Okay. All right.
We're a good team.
All right. So we're going to be busy in the morning. So we won't see you tomorrow again until the afternoon somewhere.
If you could give us a thumbs up here on the video, that really helps our ratings here on YouTube. It helps YouTube decide that to
share it with other potentially interested people that might be able to change their lives by going plant-based. And you helped do that.
Debbie Jo says, do we need to download your videos before the year is up?
No. There is
no downloading our videos.
Yeah, this bundle has an ebook PDF. That PDF has as an ebook, as an electronic, has all of the links into it to a number of videos, recipe demonstration videos and such. And those live somewhere on our YouTube channel all the time. Mm-hmm. And those links will always be they're actually active in the PDF. So once you download it, those links are in your device. There's no need to download anything. And this year, different than last year, our last 2 years, bundles offerings were full-fledged courses, multiple chapters. Last year had like 32 videos that were sequential and in a classroom structure. This is a standalone ebook PDF with links, but once you download the PDF, you have it. There's no need to go to our site and register, as was the case in the last 2 years for the courses. So this one is structured. I'm not going to say more simply because it's not a simple structure, but it's a standalone structure because it's about the food, exclusively about the food, and not so much about everything else that we involved in those other academy level classes that Tami and I put together.
Right.
So
I'm just making myself notes on some other stuff I want to cover in another video that just came to me. Inspiration
tomorrow
strikes.
Afternoon.
I have to write it down
so
I don't forget because we have so much. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you know anybody in the plant-based community that might like this, please give them our link. And the bundle also makes a really great gift for someone in your life who eats plant-based or is curious about eating plant-based. You can go online.
If you have their email, you can purchase directly for them a second copy with your payment vehicle, and then
put their email.
The download link and such will all go to your giftee.
Yes, and you will just want to tell them to look in their junk email folder or their spam folder for an email from Send, SEND, Owl. Send Owl is who it will come from. And when you purchase the bundle, even when you use our link, when you look at your credit card, it will say Chef AJ. And that's because Chef AJ and Charles are collecting all of the money, and then they disperse us our portion later.
You know what I realized?
What?
The bundle comes from Send Owl. Our emails come from MailChimp.
Oh, that's funny.
So I wonder if one of them copied the other.
I don't know. That's funny. Okay, you guys, thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you sometime tomorrow. I'm Tami.
And I'm Tom.
And we help you
get healthy
and stay healthy. One bundle at a time.
See you tomorrow afternoon. Bye.
Bye.